Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we'll be taking a look at a character from the last wave of vintage collection figures for 2024, Jod Na Nawood from Skeleton Crew. Welcome back everyone. So here we are with an all new vintage collection figure for new media that's showing up before the show even airs. I'm definitely very excited to have this figure in hand before Skeleton Crew airs in a couple weeks. It definitely just makes, the show more exciting to have something in hand to kind of interact with and recreate scenes if I want to do so. And also, we don't know if the show is going to be absolutely awesome or lame, but either way, I can take extras of these figures and make customs or whatever kind of pirates I need for my collection. So that's always something to consider. But with all that said and done, let's take a look at the packaging and figure. Taking a look at our vintage style packaging, we have the Star Wars and Skeleton Crew prominently displayed up top, followed by Jod Na Nawood on a green name pill color. We have a nice image of the character taken directly from the show, looking pretty good aboard a ship of some sort with a lot of different mood lighting, and all of this just looks really nice with the Kenner logo down below. Additionally, we have this all new figure looking pretty good against that green name pill color. On the back, he's VC 310 in the line, Jod Na Nawood, and we have a small description of the character followed by the Vintage Collection logo and additional images of the card and figure. So as I mentioned earlier, it's nice to get a Skeleton Crew figure into the collection prior to the show even airing, and I look forward to seeing what this character is up to in that show, and hopefully I can recreate some really fun scenes in my action figure photography. Taking a look at Jod out of the packaging, you can see some wonderful, nice detail on the soft plastic scarf, which looks pretty good for the most part. My only qualm is, when you turn his head to the side, it is a little bit awkward and it doesn't quite conform the way I would like, maybe a soft goods to do so. But taking that off, it is removable, and this is what we want to take a look at, the face portrait, which looks really wonderful. I think this is one of the nicest ones that they've done so far. All the paint application looks really good, and for the most part, this is resembling the actor quite well in my opinion. Moving on to the articulation, this figure has a lot of what I like to see on my action figures. And the one thing I want to point out real quick is that the lower half of this entire figure is actually the same tooling that would have been used for the HasLab Cantina figure, Arliel Schulz, final tier that did not fund. So that's pretty cool that, they were thinking outside the box in terms of what they could use that tooling for, in terms of, getting us more figures and characters in the vintage collection. And maybe this is just a hopeful sign that we may see that figure in the future, regardless of it backing as a final tier for that Cantina HasLab. But very cool stuff there. In terms of the articulation, he has everything we want to see. Those new style barbell hips, swivel at the thigh, which is great. He's got really good knee articulation. He can pretty much do that 90 degree. And then of course, rocker ankles, which is pretty much standard and a delight to see on these figures. So you can do some nice dynamic stances. Moving on to the arms, he's got some really good range of motion here. It's not hindered by this soft plastic jacket. He's able to hold the pistol quite well, which is pretty good. And of course, that can go into the holster as well. So let's get that into there real quick. And there you go. And then in terms of, crunch, he's got a little bit of that there. He can rotate 360 degrees, and then his head is on a barbell. Not a ton of tilt there. He can go, side to side, but that's always something I wish they could improve upon a little bit. And then moving on to the jacket, it's made of a soft plastic. You can remove this if you want to do so. I kind of do like these soft plastic coats, and I kind of don't. So they look really great, but yeah, they do kind of hinder a little bit of his articulation. But for the most part, I think he's able to take a seat because it's such a soft plastic. So you can definitely have him sitting on a chair if you would like to do so in your collection. Taking a look at the detail on his jacket and some of those paint applications, they look really wonderful. These nice hits of gold really help bring out some of that detail that they did sculpt into this jacket, and it's always nice, when they're including paint applications. The only other paint he really has on him is the belt buckle, which is also a silver color, and yeah, pretty much everything else is just, casted in a plastic that's a certain color. And maybe there's a little bit of a paint application here, like a gradient on his coat, because it is definitely a bit different from, the main color of the coat itself. But yeah, other than that, pretty good looking figure. I think many collectors would agree it's amazing to have a new media figure in hand before a show has even aired its first episode. Jude Law's character, Jod Na Nawood, makes his way onto our shelf displays as the Vintage Collection's first Skeleton Crew action figure, and hopefully not the last. This all new from the ground up 375 offering certainly does not disappoint when it comes to articulation, sculpting, and likeness. Naturally, this mysterious character comes fully loaded with all the modern articulation we are now seeing with our brand new vintage collection figures. The new style barbell hips, rocker ankles, and ball jointed everything will bring a fluid range of motion to this action figure, and despite the use of a soft plastic trench coat, the figure's range of motion is only hindered ever so slightly. Regardless, I look forward to this upcoming Star Wars property and can't wait to recreate a number of scenes with this figure. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at this latest addition to our vintage collection shelf displays, Jod Na Nawood from Skeleton Crew. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.